Okay, this will be a real short video to show how to use the simulator in the Designer Pro program. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call it Sim. Press Enter. A 3-module rack is the smallest rack, so we'll go with that, and we'll click on the simulator here. Next, I'll click on Start Designing, and here's the main logic routine. You can see right here, it's called main logic. What I'd like to do is go to the graphical layout first. This is an image of what the controller would look like. Yeah, I'd like to configure these modules. So let's right click, add module. Let's do a 16N module, and we'll do a 16 out module as well. Sourcing output. And on this one, we'll do a multi-purpose card, like the current loop output card. So this is a nice configuration. We have 16 in, 16 out. A few more I/O on this multi-purpose card, but also a current output, 2 current output loops, and 2 current input loops as well. So once I have that set up, what I can do is I can download that to the virtual PLC, and you'll see that it looks like it's downloading to a real controller, but of course it's not. And I do that just so that I make sure that the controller is aware of the I/O configuration. So now let's go back to the main logic, and we're going to do like a very, very simple program. So I like to call this the simplest program. The simplest program is if I have an output coil. So I'm going to click output coil. I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to assign that to an output on one of the modules. So module 2, let me look for just a second. Module 2 is the 16 output module. Module 1 was the input module. So that's why you don't see it here. Module 3 has 4 outputs, but we're going to use output 1 on module 2. Okay, so I'll click that and say OK. At that point, I'm going to write this to the controller, and I'll wait for a second. I'll go to the graphical layout screen, and I'd like to go to monitor mode. Let's go online with it. And click right here where you see that little monitor. Okay, so you'll notice that the red light turned on for output 1. Okay, so that's what that's telling me is that if I look at the main logic, you can see that the output is on. It's got this black square around it. I can change that. I believe that's in setup. Project, but I can't do it now because it's kind of grayed out. So let's go offline for 1 second just so I can show you how to do that. Project options, application colors. I want to say that it's, let me look for 1 second here. Discrete on background color. Let's go with the green color because green means it's on. And then let's go online with those changes. Let's see if it looks a little bit better. Yeah, it looks better. It's a little more positive. Green is on, red is off. I don't normally put red everywhere because then I've got lots of color that kind of distracting. But for sure, green is nice because I can tell that something's on. And of course, back here on this card, that's the default color. I don't think I can change that. It's kind of like the color of the LEDs on that card right there. So that's got to be like the most basic program. There's no logic in here to make it do anything, but I can certainly add some. So if I go back to edit mode right here, I'm going to go ahead and drop a normally open contact here. I'm going to put input 1 for module 1, and then let's go back to monitor mode. So what I need to do here is, let's see if I can toggle this. Yeah, I'm going to set it on and see how the output turned on there. I'm going to set this off. So you can see that it's responding. If I go back to main logic and right click, set it on, you can see that it's responding as well. So this is like the next to most simple program. One input, one output, no timers, nothing more sophisticated. It's very easy though to add those to it. So let me just do that and show you how easy it is. What I'll do is go back to edit mode. You notice how everything changes over here. So what I'd like to do is put a timer in there, maybe a 10-second timer. So I'm going to, I have to change it up a little bit. I can extend the height of this rung if I would like to, or I can just add another rung below it. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to pull this contact down here. I'm going to put a timer here. And I'm going to double click on it. It's going to be an on delay timer. I'm going to do a 10-second timer. The timer register, I can sort of pick almost any name here, but I'm just going to call it T1 with a constant preset time of 10 seconds. Notice how it's created a few tags for me. T1.dn, that's when it's finished. And that's what I'm going to put in front of the output coil. I'm going to put that here. So that's T1.dn, T1 done. And I really should draw a line between these two. So let me do that. Pick up the drawing tool and just sketch a line in here. Okay. Go back to monitor mode. You'll see that it's downloading some things. And let's try it out. Let's turn this on. You can see the timer is running right here. You can see that counting up. When it hits 10, it should turn on this. That should turn on the output. Let's go back to the graphical view. Let's turn that off. Let's turn it on. Of course, we'll have to wait 10 seconds for it to run. You can watch this right here. Okay. So you'll notice all these tags that you can monitor here. Unmonitored tags. There's lots and lots of stuff here. T1, the accumulated time in T1, that would be interesting. That's the elapsed time. Let's add that to the monitored tags list. And let's turn this off. Okay. See how it zeroed out there. So let's turn this back on. You can watch the elapsed time here. So if you're interested in some tags, you can watch them here. You can always go back to the main logic and find them and watch them here. So there's a couple of ways you can watch the tags. So that's enough for right now. This is kind of an introductory video. It's very simple to use. No hardware is needed. You can download it and use it anywhere you happen to be.